Hey, good morning. I am BKP, and you're watching BKP Politics Thursday morning, November 5th, post election 2020 special coverage. Is that what we're supposed to say? Because all the networks say special coverage, extended coverage. All right, special election coverage only here, right? All those things that the networks like to say. All right, folks. They only need to find. I'm sorry, I am not laughing. If you're out, please, if you're out there and you voted for Donald Trump, if you're out there and you're upset and concerned this morning about your country, okay, it's founded, it's well founded. I get it, but if you voted for Donald Trump and you're watching what's going on in your country, I'm going to ask you, if anything, don't be depressed. I mean, upset. I know it. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people out there. Don't be depressed. I really want to make sure we're together on don't let things like this determine who you are, how you feel, and your optimism about your future. I mean, I'll get into that later. Of all people, I like to be considered the top Trump supporter in the United States of America. I'd like to have that coveted prize. I would like to think that I still have a day while he's president of the United States, hopefully for the next 4 years plus 3 months, that I'll get an opportunity to interview the president. But I am not coming here this morning and going to be so depressed that just life's too short. So I hope, and I'm not laughing. You have to laugh. I guess that's what I'm saying in some ways, because in Georgia, we're only looking for 18,540 votes to put Biden over the top in Georgia. The other night, we're sitting there and we're doing election night coverage. And Rick looks over and he's scouring the internet. We had about 5 or 6 people all night long scouring the internet. And he said they stopped counting the vote in Fulton County due to a water main break. I'm thinking this is an opportune time, right? And let's say this, a water main break. Let's reverse that. There was a time on Tuesday night where it seems like the election valve got shut off. Okay. It seems like to me, and we will get deep into this, but it seems like to me on election night, too many things were going in President Trump's direction. And as the weeks go on, this will get broken down even in deeper detail. We only have 2 hours, but it seemed like to me on Tuesday night, things were going too well in Trump's direction. The path for Trump to win, even at larger electoral numbers than last time, was starting to set the stage. It was starting to fall into place. And it's almost like the deep state, which some don't like to hear that, but it's almost like the deep state said, okay, here's the point. Let's start shutting valves off, because here's where we have to start finding the amount of votes. We have to find a certain amount of votes to make sure Biden wins this thing. It really does. It really seems like the other night around a certain time, the valve got shut off on the election. So the people that needed to regroup, you got to keep in mind, this is even Georgia. We'll get into Georgia later, but this is Atlanta, okay? And whether you like it or not, if you were listening in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and I want to say big shout out to family and friends in Michigan. One of you texted me all yesterday afternoon. I loved it. Thank you. I hope all is well. But, I'm getting text messages from Pennsylvania, Michigan, and several other areas. But it just seemed like an opportune time. Let me explain to you about Georgia. And as the weeks go on, and probably even later this week or first of next week, we'll start breaking it down as we get some determination in these states too close to call. The Democratic machine in Georgia is strong. The national Democratic machine knows that they have great opportunities in Georgia. They do. All right. Let's get that out of the way. For those of you, let's go to the, let's see, give me number. We'll get this moving pretty quickly this morning. Give me the, I have Georgia here somewhere, right? I know we have it. Let's just go with, here's the Electoral College count, unofficial account that they're showing over at MSNBC this morning, number 20. Give me number 20. They're showing a 253 to 214. All right. And sometimes you tune in to shows, all right, and it's almost like, give us some hope, all right? And don't take that wrong. At no time today am I not hopeful, okay, that this election is not over and the president still has a pathway to 270. I'm still hopeful, okay? Clear it up really quick. I always said he will win this election unless they cheat and steal it. And I feel if they finalize and say Biden is president-elect in this country, they will have stolen the election. I asked my sister, Lee Snover, been on the show many a times, very tuned in Pennsylvania politics, which you regular viewers know. I even asked her Tuesday night. She has said, Pennsylvania, quote, Lee, are you going to win Pennsylvania? We are going to win. The enthusiasm is much bigger. We are going to win. There's no question, unless they steal it. And they're working on that now. We could see that in Pennsylvania. All right? So let me just say this. We've got, here's number 21. And we will get a little further into this. Now, Fox News, I have always said, okay, Fox News, every single thing I'm talking about today, we have talked about all through the election. I have never felt one day that Donald Trump would not win re-election. I think he has won re-election, but they are going through their process through their Democratic Secretary of State, their Democrat governors. They had it all set up to turn the faucets off at a certain time and start figuring out how to manipulate the numbers for try to manipulate the numbers for Joe Biden. Now, you might say this is a stretch, but Fox is in on it. The media has all been in on it, okay? But Fox is in on it. Look at Arizona, number 21 there. Too early. Now, MSNBC says PA's too close, Georgia's too close, North Carolina, Nevada too close. But Arizona, they're just saying it's too early. But Fox called it early. And they're leaving it up there. And we'll talk about Arizona. Why did they do that? Is that their part that they had to play? Fox calling Arizona? But this is where they are this morning. Now, I want to get to Georgia. Give me Georgia. All right. And the numbers have changed since this came out. All right. They're narrowing the gap as we speak. All right. So Georgia 49.6, Biden 49.1. That's number 29. I don't know if I called for it or not. I mean, I'm rolling here. Thank you, Emily. Emily, I hope you are rested up. I'm rested up today. Emily, we had a couple long days, so glad that both of us are rested up, ready to go today. Here is Georgia. Now, this is at, I think this was at 5:30 this morning or something like that. All right. And you see 23,000. Right now, they're showing that Georgia has narrowed the gap down to 18,540. And it is shrinking as Fulton County and DeKalb County come in. Their votes come in. the Biden campaign has. In the state of Georgia, they have, and I don't know nationally out there where you're at, but we have what happens if an early ballot or an absentee ballot. Now, let's visualize this. It comes in, and the poll worker looks at it and says, I don't know, that doesn't seem a really good match on the signature. Looks like it could be misspelled. They put it in this pile here, questionable pile. Let me just explain this, all right? And when you're done and you have this pile over here of questionable mail-in absentee ballots, all right? In the state of Georgia, the individual on that ballot gets a chance to correct or clarify their ballot, not the vote on their ballot, not the vote on it, but to say, yes, that's my signature. So now you have the stack over here in Georgia of ballots that are questionable. The Biden campaign, AKA, she sees a gap in her future and it's between her teeth. Stacey Abrams, fair fight, okay? All the above, the Democratic machine now has people out with these ballots rushing to find the voters and say, is this really your name? Did you just accidentally misspell? Did you just accidentally put your address down wrong? Okay, great, that's corrected. So they're trying to get the questionable ones because you get a chance in Georgia. You get a chance to say, yes, that's my ballot. And, oh, I'm sorry I didn't dot that I. So they're out now with this stack trying to do everything to shrink the 18,540 that Georgia has. And we found them where else? Now, you got to tell me you got to say there's something bad wrong. You got to question this. And my question today for America out there from sea to shining sea is how much longer are we going to take this? Are we going to just take this and settle with it? Are we going to accept this? Are we going to sit back? Are this 57,000 that showed up at the rally here, the 37,000 here? Are you the American people that stood in line for hours? Are you the American people that know the pollsters were wrong, all wrong? Do you know that the pollsters, that is actually, it was malicious. It was with intent. The pollsters in this country, large in part, it was an intent. Okay? That's a legal term, an intent to defraud the American people. Yes. Was it the Washington Post? Was it the Washington Post poll that gave Biden a 17-point lead in Wisconsin? That was an intent. Pollsters intended to mislead the country on all the demographics, on every level, to try to put the fix in on this election. I brought you the Red Mirage story right here. If you're new to the show, we could go back in the Wayback Machine. Not even 4 weeks ago, Axios set it up. The media has set everything up you see today. They set it up. Why do you think that the media and these damn moderators and the town hall with George Stephanopoulos and the little Katie, whatever her name is, down there in Florida, why do you think, damn it, for weeks it was peaceful transfer of power? Oh my God, we can't get the president to accept peaceful transfer. It was laid out. They knew they were shutting this faucet off at midnight. They knew that they were going to start manipulating the numbers and finding the ballots needed to put their man over the top. They knew the intent was to mislead the American people on the polling. It was all in the intent. I did the story here. They said it on Axios. They said it. It would look like a Trump victory. It would look like a much larger electoral win on election night. And then as the votes start coming in, Biden will shrink that lead and win. This is an intent. It was all intended, set up, ready to go. They knew what time to turn the spigots off. There's no coincidence in politics. There's no coincidence in Michigan that Dim Whitmer, this communist governor that shut her state down, there's no coincidence that the Democrat there in Detroit, and they're finding the votes to put Michigan in the blue. There's no coincidence Tom Wolf is doing his job. Secretary of State, the Attorney General in the state of Pennsylvania predicted 2 days before. There's no coincidence. There's no coincidence Roy Cooper in North Carolina, right? Florida, they couldn't do it. Ron DeSantis. It's just simple to look at this. What will stand, I don't know. I will look at the camera and tell you, I don't know what will stand. But Ron DeSantis is a very decisive governor in Florida. Very strong. Has maneuvered and worked within his state very well through the coronavirus. Latinos for Trump. All right. Florida came in early and decisive. They couldn't turn the spigot off in Florida. They didn't have a Democratic. You not think if the governor, let me tell you something, damn it, you need to listen. If the governor of Florida this morning was a Democrat, Florida would be, let me show you something. I'm almost done. Let's remember what number Georgia is, Emily. Whatever that number is on the screen, please remember that when I go back to it. But let me show you this. Give me number 21. Okay. You see the battleground states? Florida, Republican governor. Texas, Republican governor. Iowa, Ohio. All right. Those were battlegrounds. Minnesota, right? Minnesota, Democrat. Michigan, Democrat. Wisconsin, Democrat. PA, Democrat. North Carolina, Democrat. Arizona too early, Georgia too close. Don't you think for 1 minute, if Florida had a Democrat governor, that red Florida would not be moved over into too close and they would have turned the spigot off in Florida at 11 o'clock, between 11 and midnight the other night also. Just keep that in mind, all right? Georgia, let me get back to that one I had up there and let me explain something here really quick, okay? You're going to say, and I will do this later on, I'm not, record this, folks, I'm not, never have been a really good Republican, okay? I haven't. And I'm not knocking the Republican Party. My Republican friends out there, please stay with me, okay? But I've never been the lockstep Republican that they want you to be. I don't cheer party over corruption. And I did not call anybody, just chill. But the point is, my last president of the United States that I felt remotely like this president of the United States is Ronald Wilson Reagan was the last one. Okay. I never did cheer George H. I didn't cheer George W. I certainly didn't cheer Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. All right. Last one that I would say the last time you would call me a good Republican was Ronald Wilson Reagan. Now, that being said, moving right along in Georgia, so I can go to my first break. There's people out there saying, I hear you, but what about Georgia? Don't you have a Republican governor? Yes, we do. The state of Georgia has every constitutional office. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson in North Carolina. Bam, way to go. Lieutenant Governor, first black lieutenant governor in the state of North Carolina history. he is the man from Greensboro that went up to the city council and let them have it on his Second Amendment. Republican. There's so many damn things wrong here with the presidential race. Mark Robinson, North Carolina, bam, way to go. So anyhow, in Georgia, the lieutenant governor from insurance commissioner to secretary of state, every agriculture commissioner, Department of Labor, every single constitutional office in Georgia is held by Republicans. All right? In Georgia. The Georgia State House is held in Republican control. The Georgia State Senate is held in Republican control. But they've always give Atlanta a pass. Every one of them, wherever their office or their legislative body or the governor's office, they've never really taken Atlanta to task. And I can understand that. It's hard to take Detroit, Philadelphia. I understand it, but they never really have. Okay? And the Democratic machine, if you watch this show, has been focused. I mean, we're looking at 18,540. There was a prediction I've heard. Now, I don't know if it's true, but there was a prediction I've heard that by the end of today, Biden will go up 10,000 votes in Georgia. It's just one prediction I heard. I'm not telling you Biden won Georgia. But by the time they get done in Fulton County in DeKalb, how can the entire state of Georgia come in? How can these other states like Florida? Florida has Tampa. They have Orlando. They have Miami. They have Jacksonville. They have these cities are large cities in the United States here in Florida, major cities. How could they get their absentees counted? How can they get their early vote counted? How can they project Trump the winner, which should have been at 9 o'clock at night? And Florida is in two damn different time zones. The Panhandle is an hour behind. Tallahassee, how can they do it? In Tennessee, in Pennsylvania can't. How can they do it? And North Carolina can't. How can they? Right? In Pennsylvania, they didn't even open the ballots until after the polls closed. So they could start figuring out how many they needed. When the polls closed in Philadelphia, you think I'm jumping all around, but please pay close attention. Nothing adds up here in Bizarro world. When the polls closed in Pennsylvania, they knew electronically where the walk-in vote stood. They knew. Polls closed right then. The machine knows, hey, Trump is up 500 to 700,000 votes. That's what we have to start opening. We have to open that many Biden ballots. They didn't even open them until after the polls closed, and they knew. That's when they started opening them and scanning them and finding all these ballots for Biden to shrink the lead. The president of the United States has told you for months that this mail-in ballot thing was going to be corrupt. We all knew that. Look at the states. Florida is a prime example. There's no way you could have so many major cities, so many senior citizens. The media is complicit in their intent to steal this election. I watch it every morning. Don't look at me and tell me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I watch every damn morning at 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. I watch CNN and MSNBC. I watch for weeks on end how Florida seniors were so afraid of the coronavirus that they had turned on Trump. The polling, Florida seniors turned on Trump. I watched where they said ballots, mail-in ballots in Florida were at record high because seniors were afraid. But Florida was able to get it counted. And I'm not stuck on Florida. Let me get back to Georgia. Folks, let me just say this. I'm going to take a break. We got a lot more to do today, okay? Number 58, you see that? Fulton nears vote count completion, okay? Fulton County. Now, here is number 55. David Schaefer, the GOP chair in Georgia, number 55. Fulton County told our observers. Fulton County told our observers last night to go home because they were closing up and then continued to count ballots in secret. You guys can go home. You can go home. Just let's go home. All we're gonna do is turn a couple machines off. We'll probably sit around and have a cup of coffee. But you guys can go on. We'll see you 8 a.m. We'll start. How's that? Are they gone? Yes. Ballots in secret. Then, number 56, GOP chair here in Georgia. I have authorized lawyers for the Georgia Republican Party to file an emergency petition against the Chatham County Board of Elections to enforce election laws and prevent the unlawful counting of absentee ballots received after the election. Where's Chatham? Savannah. They're down there in Savannah just counting away on ballots. I wonder if you could find anywhere in the United States, anywhere where they actually took the ballots the day after the election and stamped a postmark on them of election day and still turned them in. Play the video, James O'Keefe, before we go to break. I'm running long, but play that.
Tell us where you work.
I work in the Traverse City Post Office, more specifically the Barlow branch.
Your boss told you and your colleagues something that shocked you this morning. What was it?
We were issued a directive this morning to collect any ballots we find in mailboxes, collection boxes, just outgoing mail in general, separate them at the end of the day so that they could hand stamp them with the previous day's date. Today is November 4th, for clarification.
Who is your boss, and what is his title?
Jonathan would be a direct supervisor, yes. As of right now, he is the opening supervisor for the Barlow branch post office. So and this is anecdotal, carrier down in another office said they watched the postmaster doing it. If it were just a typical day, it would be clerks doing it up at the distribution center.
So 8 p.m. election day, November 3rd, the Court of Appeals ruled ballots have to be received by that time. And what were you told?
To separate them today so they could mark them with yesterday's date and send them through the express system to wherever they needed to go.
This appears to be an attempt to circumvent Michigan law and allow late votes. And you said there was a hamper where letter carriers were supposed to leave their ballots. Where are the ballots now?
They were putting them into express bags to go to the distribution center. In regards to a hamper, there was a standard hamper that all letter mail is supposed to go to, and they had a tub next to it that we were supposed to put any ballots collected today into. Yes.
What made you come forward?
That's sketchy. I don't like sketchy. It screams corruption. Also, knowing the post office's leanings politically, it didn't seem quite right.
What is your message to other postal workers who see things like this?
Report it. How are we supposed to have any integrity in this country if we are just going to let things slide based on a scaling issue?
Are you afraid of retaliation against you?
I've had whistleblower policies backfire on me in the past, so yes.
We'll have to reach out to Jonathan Clark for comment. Hey, is this Jonathan?
Yes.
Hey, I'm a reporter with Project Veritas, and James O'Keefe here, and I have information that you guys have been stamping ballots with the previous date, November 3rd. He just hung up the phone on me. He just hung up the phone on me.
Jonathan just hung up the phone. Yes, folks. Yes, it's all over this country. It's rampant. I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you how I can look in the camera and tell you I know President Trump did not lose. Did not lose. Pennsylvania, and more on the Democratic machine in Georgia. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is more than just your average Ace. We have a huge selection of Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next trip. We have a huge selection of lumber for your next building project. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs. Plus, we have everything you'd expect like paint, tools, and equipment.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Welcome to BKP Politics here. Great Thursday morning. It really is. I feel great. I know some of you out there are probably, I'm asking you, really don't be depressed. You got my text message number on the screen. There's always a way to get in touch with me here. I'm just saying, don't be depressed. Whatever I'm not happy with what I'm seeing, but don't let it get you down. All right. And some of you may be wondering, how do I feel so good this morning? And let me say this, I will address it at the end of the show. And I want to thank you, like Tom from Fort Lauderdale, and it's several of you that sent messages, even messages from my Democratic friends. Last week, as you well know, I missed a couple shows. Obviously we had power problems, and then Monday I had to abruptly end the show in midstream. Tuesday I couldn't be on the show, so there were, past tense, there were some medical things that I had to deal with. I'm going to share with you because you're every day on this audience, and I feel great by the end of the show. So thank you for sticking with me this morning. Haven't felt this good in a long time. I don't feel good about what I see, but I feel great physically to be able to come and bring the show. Let me just finish something I was talking about that I don't think I completed. Give me number 59. Georgia has, for those of you out there, you might say, you did not complete why Georgia. What happened in Georgia? Really quick, and I'll stay focused, I promise. Georgia's constitutional officers are all Republican. State House Republican control, Senate Republican control, governor's mansion Republican control. We will get into this later. The one guy, I think the GOP chair in Georgia is an outstanding guy. David Schaefer, when I found out David Schaefer was going to be Georgia GOP chair, I couldn't have been happier. He is a great guy, if you know Mr. Schaefer, former state senator, ran for lieutenant governor, lost by just a fraction to Jeff Duncan, then become the Georgia GOP chair. Couldn't have been happier when he was named. Great guy. But he has been given the job of herding cats this year. We have a governor that went rogue in a Senate pick, went against the president. Long story short, we'll get into that later. We had 21 candidates in a Senate race. It's down to a runoff. We had candidates all over the state running their own direction. It was herding cats, all right? And not enough focus on not just voter turnout, keeping an eye on the corruption here now I tell you this, nobody likes these. If Biden prevails, easy, simmer down. If Biden prevails, wonder where Stacey Abrams will be in his cabinet. That's right, folks. Because if you don't think Stacey Abrams will not be rewarded for what has happened in Georgia and throughout the country, I mean, Abrams, this is America, wake up, smell the home brew from BKP, no matter where you're at, because you're going to hear things here you won't hear anywhere else. This is the 55,000 votes. That's it. Separated her and the governor, Brian Kemp. 55,000. This is the lady and her team that was able to keep the Georgia governor's race undecided for several days while they tied up lawsuits. This is the woman that knows how to look for her and her team votes that are not there. They know how to find votes. They know how to scream suppression. They know how. And the National Democratic Party has recognized Georgia has a pathway that we want to get on board with. Eric Holder, Obama, they have been entrenched in Georgia with this lady for some time. And after the 55,000 votes 2 years ago she lost by, now I don't know if there's anything new within the last 40 minutes. We're down to 18,540 votes that separate Donald Trump and Joe Biden because Stacey Abrams, Fair Fight, and Fulton County and DeKalb County, and they know where to find the votes. Like this woman or not. And she took her show on the road nationally. She has traveled in all these other states and held the deep state seminars that might get people worked up on how to find votes that are not really there. Stacey Abrams has. So where will she be if Biden prevails in a Biden administration? So let me move. Hey, Republicans in Georgia, we'll talk about it later. We got a lot to talk about Republicans in Georgia. I'm embarrassed. Is that the word? I have family. They don't admit to it publicly. I have family across this country, from Texas, North Carolina. Now, North Carolina is still waiting for their results, but North Carolina, Texas, Pennsylvania, Michigan, I'm getting messages saying, what's wrong with you guys in Georgia? I thought Georgia was a red state. I'm trying to tell you. All right, moving right along. I know, I'm going to look in the camera and tell you, I know Donald J. Trump did not lose Pennsylvania. So you want me to believe he prevailed in Pennsylvania, which I know he did. And I'm going to tell you by larger numbers, no matter what lie they end up, no matter how many votes they find for Biden, Trump did better in Pennsylvania than he did last time in 2016. So you want to tell me that he won Florida, won Pennsylvania because he did, again. He couldn't pull it off in Wisconsin and Michigan. Okay, right? Didn't win North Carolina and Georgia? Sorry, won't believe it. Now, let's go to this, and I'm going to tell you quickly why I know. I'm going to say why I know for a fact. And I want to be careful because the fact checkers are out there. Listen, it's all a manipulation. Okay? It's all a manipulation. Everything that led up to the election, the intent to defraud the American people, from the pollsters to the media to everything, okay? It's all an intent. Now the election is over. The votes are not counted, but the election is over. The results are not in, and we're not talking about legal, accurate results, but the results are not in, but the election is over. Now the media has switched to the illusion that Biden is now president of the United States, and it's all but over. And all of now, the other thing is they're running interference. I'm telling you, the fix is in. It's a total mirage. They're running interference. Everything you hear that is voter fraud somewhere, fact checkers, what are they, Snopes? All the fact checkers are coming out and writing articles to refute it. No, you did not hear. What you heard in Detroit didn't really happen. What you hear in Wisconsin didn't really happen. How do you know? Because we're fact checkers. I think I should just change my damn show to BKP the fact checker. There you go. And then it makes a difference. Pennsylvania, get that damn woman off the screen. That's not your fault. I didn't tell you to get her off, but I looked over and I'm still looking at Stacey Abrams. That's enough to scare the hell out of anybody. But at least she's, anyhow, I'm not going to say ugly stuff today. I want to stay on course. So Pennsylvania, how do I know he won? Well, let me give you this. No matter what they tell you, all right? I think there's 67. I'm going to throw a number out. Hold on. I think there's 67 precincts in Philadelphia County. Excuse me. All right. In the deep inner city, there's like 54. Now, do you remember when the Mitt Romney candidate, that's another thing we got to talk about. If they complete the theft of this election and Biden is president, if they complete this theft, all right, and steal the election, and Biden is president, God forbid, what kind of Republican candidate are we going to end up with? Oh, sure as hell not Marco Rubio. Back to Philadelphia. So there's 54 per se. Check it out. And you remember Mitt Romney, the great Republican candidate up against Barack Hussein Obama. They know how to steal an election, folks, in Philadelphia. You remember out of 54 precincts, Romney got goose egg. He got zero, zilch, didn't get a vote. Nobody accidentally walked in and pushed Romney's name out of 54 precincts in Philadelphia. Remember that? Zero. Now, and he lost to Obama in Philadelphia. Now, you remember Pittsburgh was called Fool's Gold. That's their problem, whether Biden wins without PA or not. They can't have 2 election cycles red in Pennsylvania. So Romney gets 0 votes. Now let's fast forward to Hillary Clinton, all right? Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump 2016. Philadelphia. Stay focused. Oh, give me number 24. Sorry about that. All right. So in 2016, Donald Trump outperforms the last election cycle Republican vote in Philadelphia by 1.5%. He gets 1.5% more votes in Philadelphia than the 2012 cycle, right? Than Mitt Romney, 1.5% more. He gets. He receives. Whatever. That means he received enough in Philadelphia that the middle of the state pulled Trump over the top because of the 1.5% he got in Philadelphia that night. I'll never forget. So Hillary Clinton performed better than Biden in Philadelphia in 2016, like 3.8%. I'm pretty sure it's like 3.8% that Hillary in Philadelphia outperformed Biden. Now, Donald Trump got 0.1%. He is 4.5% more in Philadelphia. Look at that. 19.7. That is a 4.5% increase in what he received in 2016. So you want me to believe the middle of the state? Now, one more. I want to look at one more here. Allegheny County, number 25. Number 25. .7% of the vote went for Trump. Only 0.3 away from getting 40% in Allegheny County. This is Pittsburgh. Blue, very blue Pittsburgh. The guy does 39.7%. So if you look at the map across the state, okay, if he overperforms in Allegheny County, and he did, and he overperforms in in Philadelphia, and he did, the center of the state pulls him through. There's no way they turn that spigot off. There is absolutely no way. I'll just see if I can find. Let's just go to the Washington Post for a minute. We'll go there. Right now, as we scan over the Washington Post, they are down to it's 50. Remember, Trump was up like 55% election night in PA. 55, right? They're up now with a difference of 75,000 votes. Hold on. Stay with me. It's worth the minute. I mean, this is right now what they're showing right this minute in Pennsylvania. Will not take but just a second. There's a damn calculator here somewhere. There it is. And let's just go 215. Let's clear that. 215. I got to do my own work here. 969 without glasses. And we got 051. Wait a minute. That's not going to work. Let's see. 3,215,969 minus 3 million. Got it now. 3,051,555. We're down 164, right? Yeah, 3,051. 106. Trump was up almost 700,000 votes when they turned the spigot. 700,000. They're down to 164, 414. It's what they have to find for Biden in Pennsylvania. I know for a fact. Let me show you this one more time. Look at Allegheny County. All right, and this is coming from MSNBC. I'm not making these numbers up. And then let me go to give me number 24, Philadelphia County, 19.7%. You know what? Wait, because in weeks to come, Hispanic vote, black vote. Now keep something in mind before I go to my close here for a minute. What was the fear? 19.7% they're actually admitting that Trump got in Philadelphia. Almost a 5% increase. Why is the manipulation of the vote in Detroit, in these inner cities, Democrat-controlled cities? Huh? Why? Maybe because of the minority vote that might come in for Trump, that they had to squash all across this country? Yes, exactly. Wait till you see the numbers in the next coming weeks of what came in for Donald Trump that they don't want to talk about in minorities in this country. Take a break. We'll be right back after these messages.
If you want big Chevy discounts, Days Chevrolet in Jasper gets it done with savings of $8,000 on new Chevy Equinox or up to $10,000 savings off new Silverado crew cabs. We're big on discounts and even bigger on customer service. See Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is more than just your average Ace. We have a huge selection of Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next trip. We have a huge selection of lumber for your next building project. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs. Plus, we have everything you'd expect like paint, tools, and equipment.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
We're back, folks. I am BKP. This is BKP Politics. We are all over the map of the United States today. Stay with us. Let's go quickly to, let's back up a little bit and go to something else with the Senate. First of all, I'd like to know where all of the Republicans, that rode in on Trump's coattails the other night, where are you at? Huh? Where is your support for the president this morning? Let me tell you something. It was those rallies across this country that got Republican voters fired up to vote for you. We probably will not have time. We only have an hour left in the show, 8 to 10. But I'm telling you, there's Republicans in Florida. Donna Shalala lost. There's Republican women. There's gains against Nancy Pelosi. There's articles out this morning about her future. Anyhow, let me say this. See, I don't like when I read articles that Mitch McConnell is looking at ways to block the Biden administration. All right, so we will get into that. But why are they? Let's go back. If you're out there nationally, you want to stay tuned. I said, what if? I kept bringing this up. We've talked about it. We talked about it at election night results. And I talked about it on this show. Let's go here. First of all, where did I have it here? Hold on just a minute. Stay with me. Right now, it looks like Republicans have 48 seats. Okay? 48 seats in the Senate, and 47 the Democrats have. And it looks like there's still, 5 undecided or whatever there may be, 5? Okay. Now, what if all of the Senate seats come in and Republicans have You see, if you have a 50-50, right? Then your vice president presides over the Senate. Now, for those of you that are cringing or wincing a little every time I say this, and what if the vice president that presides over the Senate happens to be Kamala Harris? Give you just a second to go like that, right? But what if? And what if Republicans have 49? Because see, what you want to do is you want the Republicans to have control. So A, they will have the majority leader. B, they will have the majority leaders in all of the committees. Just think here recently, Lindsey Graham being the majority leader, the Republican majority leader in the Senate Judiciary Committee that brought Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court. Another great Donald J. Trump accomplishment. All right. What if? You see, if you have the Senate, you still have the head of all these committees. Now, moving right along, why are they continuing to look for votes in Georgia? The Democrat corrupt machine in DeKalb, in Fulton, okay, and across the state of Georgia. I'm going to get on to Brian Kemp and the governor and what I think the future for the Republican Party is in Georgia at a different time. But why are they looking for votes? Because it's possible the Senate hinges on Georgia. And it's possible that 51st Republican senator needed for control comes out of Georgia. Just this morning, as I was telling you, they have gotten down to 18,540 votes for Donald Trump as president. Give me number 17. I've told you about this, and I talked about this. David Perdue and Jon Ossoff, right? Perdue is down to 50%. Ossoff is up to 47.6. Georgia is a 50 plus 1. You have to have 50% of the vote plus 1 vote to avoid a runoff. You got to crack that 50% to get out of a runoff. They keep finding votes. And David Perdue and Jon Ossoff go into a runoff to be determined January. I think it's January. This will take a second. November, December, January 5th. You could be in a situation where you don't know the control of the Senate till January 5th. Okay? So that being said, David Perdue is at 50%. They keep finding enough votes today for either Joe Biden to win Georgia, but if not, I mean, they just got to find. I mean, Stacey Abrams is on the job. Eric Holder, Barack Obama, the whole Democratic corrupt machine is on the job. They only got to find, and they may have found several since I've been on the air, 18,540 to flip Georgia to a blue state and have Fox come out and turn it blue on their screen and everybody get all excited. You know, Fox called Arizona, and I think Fox wants to be, you do realize if Nevada comes in, Fox would be the only one. All right, let me just say this. I'm not jumping around, but if Nevada comes in, let me get this. Just go with the New York Times. The New York Times does not have Arizona shaded. If they could get Nevada to come in, Fox does. Now, that would put Biden over the 270, and Fox would probably like to be the network that comes on and gives the big flashing light, Joe Biden projected to be the next president of the United States. You realize they would be first. Yes, all you Fox lovers out there. Mm-hmm. All you Fox and friends out there. Just stop and think about it. I'm looking at the New York Times. They do not have Arizona shaded in. The New York Times has 253 to 214. If Nevada comes in this evening at 7 o'clock and they call it for Biden, you got hell, we'll go back to that in just a minute. Let me show it to you here. Okay. You got to do this for the Fox lovers. Okay. Give me number 1. Let's go. We'll come back to that. Give me number 1. All right. That's ABC. 253, 214, Nevada, Arizona, not shaded in. Give me number 2. This might be Washington Post, 253, 214. Give me number 3. New York Times, right? New York Times, number 3. 253, 214, right? Give me number 4. This one might be Washington Post. I did CBS. I did all right. Give me number 5. This is for all of you Fox and friends out there. 264, 214. Fox has determined they're going to stay with Arizona colored in. 6 plus 264 is 270. If Nevada comes in and Arizona is not settled, Fox could be the first, for all of you Fox and friends lovers out there, they could be the first to flash up Joe Biden, projected next president of the United States. I'm sorry, I'm not knocking you out there. I'm just saying I have never been in the Fox tank. I do like Tucker Carlson and several on there. Now, getting back here, let me show you this and we'll move right along. Number 17, by the end of the day, Georgia may see a David Perdue, Jon Ossoff runoff election tomorrow in Georgia. And if that happens by the end of the day, because David Perdue is down to the 50%, I will discuss what happened in this race. I will tell you what happened. And my thing is, what if we end with, because you got one more here, give me number 6. The Collins is out of it, and we now have the Kelly Loeffler, Raphael Warnock runoff. So if the balance of power for the Senate comes down to Georgia, if Republicans have 49 senators and Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue, you got to understand, they have to have 50 and then 51. You don't want 50 because Kamala Harris will preside over the Senate. Mike Pence cast the deciding vote. You remember Mike Pence was available the other day in case it was a 50-50 tie with Amy Coney Barrett. He could come cast that vote. He presides over the Senate. So we don't want a 50-50. We want 51. So if we end up 49 and 2 Republicans to get control in Georgia, just buckle up. Buckle up. All right, folks, I'm going to take a look around at some other races. Let's just say, I want to say this before I leave. Number 7, will this be Karen Handel's last election? Is she done with her candidate career? I'm not being ugly. I like Karen and Steve Handel. They are good people. I like them. But her political career, is that the end? Lucy McBath is going back. Michigan, number 8. It looks like Gary Peters. They found him enough votes to overcome John James in Michigan. Not for sure on that. Difference of 73,000, but that is a seat that I predicted. I did and was hopeful John James would overcome. Number 9 here, Rich McCormick. What is the outcome in Georgia? Carolyn Bardeau, okay? As the rest of the country is shifting in their demographics and actually shifting in red and going red in areas, Georgia continues to see blue waves. I'll call it that whether you like it or not. Carolyn Bardeau, she flips the seventh district. It is now blue in what was held by Rod Woodall, a pretty safe Republican district for a long time, is now blue. Okay. Here is one, number 10, Mark Kelly, number 10. He has come out and declared himself the winner. Mark Kelly has. Martha McSally, he will probably prevail in Arizona. Martha McSally is not, she wasn't a great candidate. All in all, the first time she's not won an election, she was appointed. My question is, did the ghost of John McCain give a thumbs down? Cindy McCain, you know what I think of you, okay? Number 11, we want to congratulate Tommy Tuberville because Alabama has gone back into the red world. Number 12, we said it yesterday really quick. Look at the money they spent trying to get rid of Lindsey Graham in South Carolina. Number 13, whether you like her or not, okay, I am just going to fall back on no, I'm not a Susan Collins fan. I am not. But I will remember the speech she gave on the floor for Brett Kavanaugh and did vote for Brett Kavanaugh. Again, I'm not a fan, but it looks like she will stay in Maine. And we'll look at a couple more of these when we return. Here's an interesting little fact that's out. Number 18. Nearly 60% of Americans believe Kamala Harris is the Trojan horse of the hard left and that Joe Biden will not serve a full 4-year term. I have not given up. I do not believe we've lost the election. I do not believe Donald Trump has lost. But if the deep state prevails, and they are well on their way of doing what they can to prevail. They are. If the deep state prevails, just think about the cabinet you're going to see. Pete Buttigieg, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders. Will Yang be in the cabinet? And we'll all get our $1,000 a week or whatever is a month we're supposed to get. Regulations will go through the roof. Get ready. How long will Joe serve if elected? We're not done, folks. Take a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is more than just your average Ace. We have a huge selection of Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next trip. We have a huge selection of lumber for your next building project. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs. Plus, we have everything you'd expect like paint, tools, and equipment.
Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What are they saying? If you have an 89% voter turnout in Wisconsin, 89%, they do have same-day registration. Does that mean 500 to 600,000 people registered to vote on Tuesday? Wow. There's voting irregularity all over this country. Will we get to the bottom of it? I don't know. I don't know, folks. I mean, I'm limited to my what they're doing. What will end up in the courts, the recount in Wisconsin, what it will deliver. The Secretary of State of Wisconsin claims that there was absolutely no voting irregularities, that there was no precincts where more people voted than were registered to vote. But then there's people that former congressmen of Wisconsin, there's people that are saying, yes, they had precincts where there were more voters than registered voters. You know, what will a recount overturn in Wisconsin? I don't know. Can't tell you. It's a total mess. But we are hoping that it can be not the results overturned, but we are hoping that, just checking something out here on Twitter, that we can prevail in the Electoral College vote and get 4 more years of Donald J. Trump. Where are the Republicans at today? I mean, I looked through some of the, let me check a website really quick. Let's see on this website. Let me just highlight. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics. Now, this is a good one right here. Let me show you this. Are you going to tolerate this? This is number 57. Give me 57. BKP Politics here. All right, number 57. Outrage erupts after windows covered up in Detroit, during ballot count. Officials release statement on alleged reason behind decision. They covered the windows up. Wednesday, inside the TCF Center in Detroit, Michigan, were covered up. Windows were covered up on Wednesday, sparking widespread criticism as chaos broke out while ballots were being counted. All right. There were some pretty tense moments inside the room. Basically, some poll workers or some of the challengers told us that they were not, and there was not an equal number of Democrat and Republicans in the room throughout the entire process. All right. They felt intimidated. All right. Fox News correspondent Matt Flynn said it led to some shoving matches or some fighting matches. And that's when police had to step in and escort people out of the absentee ballot counting room. People felt inside, the people counting the ballot, intimidated. You're allowed to watch. This is your process. This is yours. You're allowed to watch. That's interesting. Let me update another website. I mean, truth or not, I am seeing pictures, okay? I am seeing pictures of people wheeling in suitcases at 4 a.m. Is it true? I don't know. All right. Detroit precinct chair says voting irregularities, poor training. President Donald J. Trump staged the greatest political comeback in history with a 2020 election, and now the basis of concerted effort to find additional ballots in the states where the president won narrowly or where results are unresolved. It is being stolen from him. It is. Okay. Let me check another website I want to look at. Battleground, Arizona. Arizona Election Center is forced to close as armed Trump supporters count the ballots. How's this getting out of hand? All right. Washington Post. We still have to see what Georgia has here. If Georgia is any closer, 49.6. And in North Carolina, it's down to 50%. North Carolina, by the way, let me go through. It's 9:28. I want to run through the media this morning. Folks, the joy on their faces. I'm serious. Now, yesterday morning, as you well know, I did not get up and watch any of the morning shows. I wasn't interested. We finished election night results. Last week was a tough week for me. We finished election night results. Got home, watched the president at 2:30 in the morning. 2 hours sleep. Came up here, got ready to Studio B for a show. I said, I'm not watching Joe Scarborough. I'm not watching any of them this morning. I can't. I'm not up for that. Well, I did today. Let me make a couple comments on some of these. Here is the media. Here is Joe, Minka, and Little Willie, number 54. As they're discussing the states where they're trying to steal the election. Number 53, Joe Biden states that he's won California, Michigan, Washington State, Minnesota, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Wisconsin, Illinois, Virginia, Maryland, and Colorado. All right. Here is the turd you don't want to find in the punch bowl. Sorry, you don't want to hear this. Number 51. Georgia remains too close to call. They brought the turd in. All right. There he is. That's Punch Bowl Al Sharpton. Number 50, here they are over at CNN with Yang and Don Lemon. Race for White House narrows as votes are counted. See Arizona there. And they were giddy this morning over at CNN. Let me see what else here. This young lady, Casey Hunt, number 48, Latino voters crucial to victory in key swing states. They are going to start. They're trying to figure out how they're losing Latino voters. They use the kids in cages. Donald called them rapists and murderers. How are they losing Latino voters? Not to Republicans, to Donald Trump. So she's on there awful giddy and smiles. Here's the guy, and I want to just show you this. Here's the guy. I like this guy. Now, I know it's going to be hard for you to stomach when you see that he is on MSNBC. And it's going to be hard when you see who it is and you cringe that I like him. But here he is, number 47. Give me 47. All right. Steve Kornacki. I do like Steve Kornacki. I mean, if I agree with his analysis or not, the way this guy jumps all over his board trying to explain where votes are coming from and what this means and what that means, I like the guy. Now, last night I watched a video, at 4 o'clock this morning, I watched a clip with him and Rachel Maddow as he actually explained why NBC had not made the call on Arizona and what he called the 3 buckets of votes and where votes were at. And there was actually still a mathematical way Donald Trump could catch up to Joe Biden in Arizona. So I enjoyed watching him. I like Steve Kornacki, I will say that. Here it is, number 46. Tensions flare in Detroit amid vote counting. I'm wondering if America is going to settle for this. Number 45, here it is, Georgia. They were all excited as Atlanta's counting the ballots, okay? Expected new vote totals there in Georgia. Number 44, Could somebody tell Dingle up in Michigan her day is over? Was that mean? Was that bad? Are you going, what? Are you upset with me? Somebody tell Dingle her day is over in Michigan, okay? Just, it's over. Race at the White House narrows as vote is counted. Folks, we told you all along. This is, I'm going to give you a chance to close your ears. I'm going to count to 5 backwards. When I get to 1, close your ears so you don't hear me say this. And after I say 1, Emily, I want you to go to 43. Not yet. 43. Okay? Here's your chance if you don't want to hear this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go to 43. Fat bastard Chris Christie. Yeah. You don't remember Austin Powers, Fat Bastard? Sorry if you don't, the movie. Fat bastard Chris Christie, you know, I get tired of him, okay? I get tired of his ass, all right? Don't forget, Fat Bastard didn't get on the plane. He didn't. Remember the story. Remember the story. The Access Hollywood story. And what was it, 2 weeks before the election or whatever in 2016? And Steve Bannon, they had a gut check moment. They looked at everybody in the circle and said, get on the plane, let's go, or don't. But we're going forward. Fat Bastard didn't get on the plane. Don't forget that, okay? He bailed on the campaign at that time. So I'm going to stop calling him now. Here's my signal. You can open up your ears. Number 42. I cannot take this guy. I do not like Marco Rubio. Taking days to count legal cast votes is not fraud, and court challenges to votes cast after the legal voting deadline is not suppression. Okay, I get that. I'm not a Marco Rubio fan, but let me say this. The Democrats you keep hearing over and over they want to count every ballot. Every ballot they want to count. We want to count every legal vote. Legal vote. All right? I do not believe there's a such thing as voter suppression in this country. I do not believe it. But Democrats want to count every ballot. They will say this election is not over until every ballot is counted. Not legal. They'll never use the word legal in there. All right? And that being said, you do realize, like in Wisconsin, there was an estimate. Now, don't take my word at it. Go research this. There's an estimate that maybe upwards of 15% of the absentee ballots or early ballots could be affected in one way or the other, or could be tainted. And I'll tell you why. And go check this out. I'll tell you why. When you open and you're a poll worker, an absentee ballot, you cannot make a single mark on that ballot. Not one mark. The law says it's not who you intended to vote it for. It has to be clear who did you vote for. And that's where challenges will come in. The intention to vote for somebody. You cannot open that ballot and look at it. You have to look at it and clearly see that everything was done and you know who they voted for clearly. And if it's clearly that way, it goes over here. You cannot make one single mark on that ballot. You can't help figure out or finish coloring in nothing. Nothing on that ballot. And there are reports of absentee ballots that will have to be thrown away because they've been tainted, or will they get thrown away? Number 41, GOP allies break with Trump as he falsely claims early victory. So how long Let me put this question out here to you, and we'll see in the next coming days. How long before Republicans that have been hiding under a false layer of supporting the President of the United States finally exhale and say, I don't have to say anything nice about this guy ever again? How long? Now, I don't know, thinking that out loud, if, and you don't like these scenarios, if Donald Trump is not president January 21st, 2021, if he's not, okay, don't forget, I just watched a guy beat COVID-19 at 74 years old, do 4 and 5 rallies a day of 20, 30,000 people a rally, from 10,000 to 57,000 people, 5 a day at 74 years old. I think he will make it to 2022. And you don't want him to tweet, even if not president of the United States, an endorsement for your opponent. So let me just say this. I know, don't cringe. I'm not throwing in the towel. I'm not. I'm just looking all the way around. Okay? The last thing you want to do is think Trump is gone and I'm moving on. It was nice to know you. Wouldn't want to be you, right? And then about 3 months before your election in 2022, there's a real Donald Trump tweet that says your opponent is a great American and has his full support. You don't want to do that. Trust me, this is far from over as far as his influence into this country, and we'll just say it like that. Right along. All right. Let's take a 1 minute break. Just find something for a minute, and I'll give you when I want to come back. All right.
If you want big Chevy discounts, Days Chevrolet in Jasper gets it done with savings of $8,000 on new Chevy Equinox or up to $10,000 savings off new Silverado crew cabs. We're big on discounts and even bigger on customer service. See Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, 1 nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
All right, Emily, thank you very much for coming back. We do have breaking news. I had to go in. We had to go in and check some things out. Anthem County, Michigan. All right. Anthem County, Michigan to manually listen to this, folks. This is watch this. This is starting to happen. Anthem County in Michigan to manually recount ballots after election software error. The next one, why is Anthem County's vote 0? All right. The Detroit Free Press, Anthem County election results investigated after red Michigan County turns blue 18 hours ago. So this is breaking news in Michigan. Anthem County in Michigan to manually recount ballots after election software error. Ballots results subject to change. All right. This is a red county in Michigan. Let me read what came from a resident in Michigan, not the news, a resident in Michigan. An update. Breaking news. Anthem County, Michigan, the computer recorded their votes backwards. The county is 70% Republican, 12,000 votes, 8,000 went to Biden, 4,000 went to Trump. Might not be to the number. Went to Trump. Trump, and it should have been the other way around. It also creates 2,000 more votes for John James, the Republican Senate candidate. They are now hand counting the votes. We have it here. Okay. Anthem County, Michigan. Anthem County announced issues with the counting software causing results reported Wednesday morning to not match with the tabulators. Wonder if the Russians did this, right? Ballots will now be manually recounted according to a release from the county spokesperson. The recount may play a major role in the Senate race between Democrat Senator incumbent Gary Peters and Republican John James. Anthem County, Michigan. I'm telling you, this race is not over by no means. It's not over. It's not. That is something in Michigan. Thank you for that breaking news. Thank you very much. It didn't throw me off of what I'm doing, but I tell you what, it sure as hell, I'm just telling you right now, it sure as hell. Oh, I just, folks, the election's not over. And we've talked about why. Number 19. Whitmer congratulates Biden on winning Michigan, calls for unity against coronavirus. Maybe you should wait until we're able to look thoroughly through these states to see what happened. Because Donald Trump, in my opinion, Donald Trump has won a second term. And I always felt that way. Now, here's something I want to go through. We'll just take a minute. I thought it was humorous, and I don't want to make light of the coronavirus, all right? Not going to make light of coronavirus in any way whatsoever. But, you know, this morning on MSNBC, I didn't wait long enough on CNN to look, but this morning on MSNBC, Casey Hunt made a special point to bring up. Everybody said after election, we would no longer be talking about COVID-19, the coronavirus. They ran a report just so they could say, we told you we would still talk about it. It was so obvious that the MSNBC had no room, CNN, they got no room to talk about coronavirus in they're trying to manipulate this election and steal it and help with the intent of doing that. No way whatsoever. But they had to do a COVID report so they could prove me wrong. Number 31. Fauci on there. U.S. record 100,000 cases in a day for the first time. Number 32. Washington Post. COVID cases exceed 100,000. New York Times. Number 33. How about this one? As we're going through our pictures of the day. Number 34, North Carolina. Do you realize it's a 10-day process in North Carolina? Number 34. I'm sorry if I didn't call a number. Sometimes I forget to call a number. Like being at bingo, right? Number 34, North Carolina, right? 76,000 votes. November 12th is it when North Carolina will announce the winner. November 12th. You don't think the fix is in? Number 35, North Carolina ballots would be counted for at least another week, election officials say. So they turned off the spigot at 11 and started working through. So they got Michigan. They found the votes in Detroit. They found the votes in Michigan. They're getting caught too. So they turned that one blue. They're working feverishly in PA to find votes. So they've shifted down to Georgia. They got that team. They're going to get that one blue before the day's out. And I'm just telling you, don't get shocked. And they're holding back the North Carolina is like if you need it. It's the if you need it card in North Carolina. Look, we're going to have a week here. We'll take a week. That's number 35. If I didn't call for it, I'm sorry. We'll take a week here. North Carolina ballots would be counted for at least another week. So if you need North Carolina, we can help you find the votes here. Whoa, number 36. They were giddy this morning. They are enjoying themselves on the networks. Absolutely. All right. The networks, and I'm throwing out the if, okay, folks, because the deep state, you see everything we've gone up against trying to win a legitimate election, okay? And if the deep state prevails, do these people realize the layoff slips that are coming? Do they? Because they're coming. I'm telling you, there will be no interest, none, in a press conference. Okay? They will hide Joe Biden because there's no way they're going to let him walk across the White House lawn to Marine Force One and be asked a question. More people in America tune in to a presidential press conference or even a press conference with Kayleigh McEnany because of Donald Trump. These networks will be depleted, dismantled. Okay, their revenue streams will slowly dry up. Anyhow, Trump remains holed up in the White House as results pour in. Okay. Number 37, they always have a source, New York Times. Fox's Arizona call for Biden flipped the mood in the Trump headquarters. The mood. Number 38, Trump remains holed up in the White House as results pour in. And there's Biden yesterday. Biden has put a lid on his campaign today. They'll probably wait till tomorrow to come out and do the Victory 270. Wouldn't Biden love to come out and call himself the presumptive the president-elect? Wouldn't Biden love to come out and call himself the president-elect because he heard it on Fox News? Whoa. Anyhow, he comes out yesterday and cautiously tells everybody to stay calm, but they got the votes, and they're finding the votes everywhere they need. Everybody just be quiet. We're finding the votes. We've known what we're doing all along. And there's Kamala, first possibly vice president, female vice president of the United States, stand next to him. Corruption at its highest level on this stage, but they're waiting for Fox to tell them they can come out and do the big, president-elect speech that he plans to do. They have launched, just so you know, they have launched their transition website. Biden and Kamala have launched their transition website, okay? Let me see what else I have here today that I want to make sure we go through. We're about out. All right. So let me say this. The Democratic machine in Georgia is very strong. Where are the Republicans? Where are they? Where will we have, and let me look at this before we go off the air, and we'll keep track of it today, obviously. Let's see, Senate. I want to see Senate here. Let me click on Senate. Hold on, folks. Still David Perdue on the 50. Might have a runoff. Last Wednesday and Thursday, obviously we're out of power. We had some problems last week with power. And then, there was a couple shows I missed. And last Friday, I was not on the show. And last Thursday night, I was preparing for election night results. And the best they could figure, and I want to share this with you because there's a couple of you that watch and wonder where have I been, and I'm doing great. I feel fine, as you can tell through the show today. I just feel amazing. But the best they can explain is a viral, some kind of viral effect on the inner ear. Vertigo. You have something where, you get crystals, right? Not trying to explain. You get the crystals in there, and if the crystals get out of whack, some of you know what this means. The vertigo and getting dizzy and so forth is pretty bad. So last Thursday, I had I got a message from Michigan. Larry, we'll just tell you it's Larry. Won't tell you how we know Larry. Larry says they're either still counting or recounting votes in the Upper Peninsula, which the majority is Republican. So there's still some things happening in Michigan. But last Thursday, I was preparing Thursday night for a meeting. We've been getting prepared. And I'll just be honest with you, I started seeing about 4 computer screens at the office. Next thing I knew, I was very ill, violently ill, and in an emergency room, and they were doing checks to make sure I didn't have a heart attack. And just to let you know out there, I did not. I mean, they did all that. They ruled out everything because just fine. Next thing I knew, I'm in a hospital, and they're doing an MRI, and they're doing a carotid artery. They're just checking everything to make sure everything's clear. So anyhow, it chalks up to, I don't get out of the hospital Saturday. It chalks up to supposedly an inner ear viral infection that the doctor says goes away or you get back in balance. Anyhow, so then Sunday I worked all day, and then Monday I did the show till 9, and I had a minor episode. I had to cut the show short, nothing like Thursday. And I got settled down. I got an emergency. I want to thank my doctor for getting me in, emergency ear, nose, and throat specialist on Tuesday morning, election day. All right. Still trying to get ready for Tuesday night. Went and did all the testing. I don't know if you ever done that. They do balance testing and everything, and they found out it's not crystals. So that's a plus. And that it's just going to go away and whatever. Today, Tuesday, worked all day. Election night, 1 a.m. Yesterday was, obviously we did the show, but today I feel great. So I explained everything, and I didn't feel well for 3 or 4 days. I appreciate the notes. I felt an explanation was due. I really do, because as long as I've been doing this show, so many of you are friends, including Democratic friends. I'm serious. So many of you are friends, family. You watch the show. We know each other. I come out and tell you exactly what's going on. And you always know you can contact me 7 days a week. And I did. I got a message from Fort Lauderdale. Hey, didn't see you on the show. Are you okay? So I thought it was right. I'm fine. As you can tell today, I feel great. Thank you very much for your concern. The election's not over, folks. Donald J. Trump is still president of the United States. He will be president of the United States till January 20th of 2021. On January 20th, 2021, we will have an inauguration for the next president of the United States. And I do feel good today that it's still very possible that inauguration for 4 more years will be for Donald J. Trump. But we will wait, we will watch, and we will see what happens from day to day. Please, just like this, let me go out saying this, okay? Can you put up on the screen how to get in touch with us? I want to close the day by saying you are the research department, okay? I got a message from somebody on election day, and I sent back and said, you are the research department, all right? You are the research department. I scour and look around, but it's just one of me. You found me Michigan and what's going on. You find me things all the time. Phone number, email address, social media. Don't say you can't get in touch with BKP. Don't say that you can't let me know what's going on. I need to know from you, the research department. Oh, is tomorrow Friday? It sure as hell is. Excuse my bad language. Okay. We will be at Circuit World in the morning with the All-Star Political Panel. Ask the Doc, William Whaley, Dr. Raymond Tidman. Circuit World with the All-Star Political Panel and our Pet of the Week. We'll see you in the morning there. Can't wait to get there. Can't wait to hear what the All-Star Political Panel thinks. I'm out of here. Emily, let's go.